But next week is really the first official week of pre-draft. So all the guys who declared for the NFL this year, next week will be the first week in most places that we getting rolling, man. We getting these guys prepared, working on skill drills, guys out there running the 40, all of the different change of direction drills, the bench, all those things. And so it's an exciting time. It can definitely be overwhelming for some guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely try to, use my experiences to kind of help them through this because it can be, man. It's long days. It's a lot of time you got to put in to prepare yourself because it's really 8 to 10 weeks of.
Nick told me it was crazy.
It is.
It's
man.
a crazy month.
It is.
You're constantly traveling. You're doing this, all the workouts, man. 100%. He was say he was tired.
So Greg Russo is another one of my clients.
Oh man, that's all about the U right there.
All about the U, man. And so same thing. We had that conversation. His first year, he's a second year in the NFL now.
Yep.
His first year, I think he had 4 sacks. And we talked after the season. I was like, well, how do you feel this offseason compared to your rookie year? And he was like, bro, from combine prep to the NFL draft, he was a first-round pick.
Right. I remember.
To mini camp, it can be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And this second year, his offseason, man, he actually started working in March, man. He got into it early. And it's showing, man. He's right now, like I said, he had 4 sacks last year. I think he's at 8.5.
He's
so
balling.
far this year. Yeah,
he's balling. Representing for the U, of course.
100%, man. Him. Pairing up with Von Miller was a blessing as well, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be able to learn,
that's a good mentor.
100%, man. It really can't get no better in today's NFL to work with Von.
And someone that's here in this room. Yeah. Shout out to my brother right there.
Yes, sir.
Had brought up a good point about how I know how important Chubb was to Nick.
Right.
Having someone like that can mentor you and something like that, and they leave the team as a rookie. That's kind of like, man, like that was the guy that was taking me under his wing. And
that's real, yeah.
Yeah, and that's similar to the Von Miller situation.
Yeah, and it's important, man, because you want to have somebody to talk you through these things because you want to cut down that learning curve.
Yeah.
Because if you got to learn everything through experience, it'll take you a long time.
Yeah.
Man. So you definitely want those good guys, and that's definitely a key. A lot of guys who are successful early in their career, they have somebody who's able to mentor them and they're mentee to learn the ins and outs. Man.
Yeah, and it definitely minimizes the learning curve.
Definitely.
Especially when you're learning from someone like Chubb or Miller, like 100%. Guys that are great in the trenches. 100%. Those guys are key guys to learn from.
Yep.
If anything,
no,
that's what is it, like the best education you can have when you're a rookie.
Right. I agree.
Not everybody got those advantages.
No, definitely not.
So, does the process for the draft, is it different in terms of like, are you changing the process based on round?
No.
Or is it all pretty much similar?
Yeah, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. Like I said, we working for it. So we do work some pass rush stuff throughout this process. Not much because for the NFL Combine, it's the biggest job interview most of these guys are ever going to get.
Yeah.
And so it's real detailed. Like I said, when we talk about pass rush, the 40-yard dash means absolutely nothing. But in respect to testing, it does mean a lot because obviously the faster you are, the better shot you got, the higher you get drafted. But essentially when it comes to being successful as a pass rusher, running the 40 doesn't mean much at all because we work in a small space, 5x6 space. Like I know you probably heard the term before, like being able to work in a phone booth. If we can do a lot of things in small spaces, we can be successful. So a 40 doesn't really dictate how good somebody can be. But in respect to combine prep and testing, it does mean a lot. So at this time of the year, like I said, we're doing a lot of working 10-yard splits, running 40s, L drill, cone drills. We do have a portion where we're working the on-field, the skill drills. So they do different, for the defensive linemen and linebackers, they go through different bag drills and auxiliary drills that they do.
Yeah.
So we definitely go through all of those things. And those drills are good because it kind of showcases movement. Because the 40 is just running fast in a straight line. You see what I'm saying? But, the skill drills, the on-field drills, they have changed them over the years. And they are more skill-specific. I personally think moving forward in the combine, they should be doing one-on-ones. Like, how do you know you want to draft somebody if you've never physically seen them outside of college?
Right.
Go up against somebody. So I think that in the NFL draft, when it comes to receivers, there should be quarterback, receiver, DB. They should be running routes, one-on-ones versus each other.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that would change a lot of draft grades on where guys get drafted because, like I said, some guys don't test well. AB, I think Antonio Brown maybe ran like a 4.5 in the 40. That's not blazing fast, but dude's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? He put in the work. So, the testing
that's where the steals come in.
100%, man. So it doesn't really dictate how good you can be, but in respect to the testing, it does mean a lot. So like I said, it can be a real, overwhelming and strenuous process because it's long days. Like I said, we going from maybe 8 a.m. to about 3 or 4. You got recovery. You got your nutrition, meal prepping. You're working out maybe twice a day on the field, then in the weight room. And, but it's cool though because a lot of these guys get a chance to change their body, in 2.5 months, and it's an exciting process.
Do you feel like the technique and fundamental gets overlooked because of all the potential?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Right.
Now, depending on who you're talking to,
Right.
they may have something different to say. But if you ask me personally, it does because, like I said, a lot of people really just focus on how fast you in the 40. And like I said, that doesn't dictate how good you are as a football player. So it does get overlooked. So that's why I'm hoping, in the future as they continue to expand, that they do have a lot of more skill drills and one-on-ones, man. Like I said, I would love to see.
Is there enough time for it?
Yeah, there's
With
time,
all that madness going on?
but they got to cut back. They got to scale back on some of the things that they do. You see what I'm saying? Some of the things aren't as necessary. Like I said, if guys had the opportunity to go one-on-one versus somebody in the combine, that would literally change draft stock. You see what I'm saying? Some guys will go much higher. Some guys will drop a lot further. So will it ever happen? I don't know, but that's something I would love to see.
Hey, NFL, you heard it here first, man.
Hey, definitely, man.
If they do add it, they gotta, it was here first, and they gotta give you the credit.
Got to bring us on, man. Got to.
So now, once the draft, once one of your clients have been drafted,
Right.
now you're going into basically preparing how this team wants to utilize them. Are you talking to the coaches from these teams to kind of gather that kind of information, or is there any coexisting between you and the teams for the benefit of the player? Are you guys working together?
Yeah, no, definitely. So I've had the opportunity to work with a handful of teams in a consulting role.
Okay.
So they'll bring me in to teach pass rush. I've actually worked with a couple different universities, colleges as well.
Okay.
Where I'm teaching some of the coaches and the players. But no, definitely, I like to do as much homework as I can.
Yeah.
Because I want to give my guys the best opportunity. So there is a standard. There's a checklist, I would say, that we do work on that everybody goes through. But definitely, depending on the system that the guy's playing in, we definitely do kind of want to tailor those things, especially if we're doing like a private session.
Right.
I do a lot of groups, but when we get private, when we do private one-on-ones, it's definitely, that plan is tailored to exactly who this guy is, what he can do to be successful in this scheme.
Yeah. Were you excited for anybody that you're working with right now in college for the NFL draft? Any first rounders that you second round? It don't matter what it is, but are you excited for anyone that you think that maybe is even not being talked about enough to for the next level that deserves that?
I got a kid who just reached out to me. I haven't trained him yet.
Okay.
But his name is Dennis. He came out of Liberty this year.
Okay.
He was a true nose guard, played the zero technique, head up over the center. He was very productive this year. He had 6.5 sacks as an interior defensive lineman, which is great. That's a great number. He made a lot of because to be a defensive lineman, there's a culture that's built. Anybody who understands the culture, we don't care about pressures.
Yeah.
They do count pressures in the NFL and college. But for anybody who's a true defensive lineman, the culture is pressures aren't good enough. You got to get home, got to get sacks. That's the only thing that matters. We don't count pressures as being successful. So Dennis is a kid that I'm excited to see go through this process because he was real productive. We just started communicating a couple weeks ago. I'm excited to get in the lab with him and do some training. He's actually playing in the Tropical Bowl coming up in January. So I'm excited to see him go through this process. But I pretty much approach everybody the same way, because everybody, like I say, it's a culture, and I treat all these guys like they're part of my family.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these guys come in there and then, they're playing with my kids, and they're helping my kids out, whether it's with homework, teaching them, little drills. And my son is only 7 now, but he'll definitely go through the same process. So these guys are family to me. We consider ourselves the mob, man. So it's mob ties, and so I kind of approach everybody the same way. But next year, in the draft next year, one of the kids I've been working with for about 5 or 6 years now, Dallas Turner, is one of my guys, man.
From Alabama, right?
Alabama,
yeah.
man. I've
been reading a lot about him, yeah.
I'm really excited for Dallas, man. He had a great year this year.
Yep.
The numbers weren't as productive as last year, but he's so much better on film. It's kind of hard to top 8.5 sacks as a freshman.
Yeah.
So he killed as a freshman.
8.5 as a freshman.
Yeah, man. He killed, bro. And this year he was very productive, made a lot of plays, and going into his junior year, Nada Will Anderson is going to the draft this year. Mm-hmm. He's the guy, man. So I'm excited for Dallas going into next year, and I'm putting it on wax right now. Dallas Turner will run a 4.3 in the combine. As a defensive end, he will run a 4.3. He's explosive, electric.
This definitely gonna be a real now.
No, definitely. Dallas Turner will run a 4.3.
This definitely gonna be one of the real.
Hey, I'm putting it on wax, man. I'm putting it on wax. So I'm excited for that, man. So we got another 365 days, but I'm being patient, and I'm excited to see him grow and really step into who he's gonna be over his junior year. So I'm excited.